Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Houston Texans and the Atlanta Falcons. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry for Lamar Miller. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A look at the numbers from last week for Miller. 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And there he goes again. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 38 yards on the scamper there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. He'll get it up the middle, and he is unable to get in. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. They're held again, and do we have a goal line stand brewing? It's 3rd and goal. Now they try the right side here. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. Ties LT with his 31st touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
And the Texans set to come onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand in first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. Right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Over to the right side, caught by Moncrief. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
12 yards on the return that time, and out will come the offense as they take over.
No, check, Patriot! Gun! Watch him now, Barney!
Now a handoff looking right. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
They find some open field here. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
And the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
Watch him now, Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And now running right. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. And they've got it here with a first down. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
Down. Flag 22. Flag 22.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. In for the score. And the Texans have cut it to within a score.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they...
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep in the Houston territory. A big-time play there for the Falcons. 66 yards.
Now, Barney. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check.
Now a handoff looking right. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Watch it now, Barney.
And they'll go on the ground. A spin. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for it. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now 21-7. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And a look now at Lamar Miller. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Rolling to his right. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. On first down, it's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
They'll get it to the 23-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw on second is Watson. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
They'll give it to him up the middle. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll go with Foreman. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you
got a man open, it's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And it's up and good. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Henry Anderson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. And they'll run it here. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Gone! Watch it now, Barney!
Now they try the right side here. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go. Gone!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
And they do finally get him at the 12. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Watson on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
But you know you don't want to make a mistake in that area, so you make sure you make a smart throw. Throw it out towards the sidelines. If you overshoot your guy, so be it. It's just the incompletion that we saw there.
On second and 10, Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10.
Back 22.
Again, it's Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Covers that time by Aaron Colvin. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he finally goes out of bounds across the opposite 40. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. This one fielded at the 5. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Henry Anderson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the gain. They're going to need to do better on this next play. It'll be third and 12.
Detroit! Gone!
He'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Set! 3-19! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
They're going to try and throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpired. Watson hands this to Foreman, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw, Watson, and he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Grady Jarrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A shotgun snap for Watson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. A big play there. 59 yards. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, being on the second half no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And now out comes Houston. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they held them in check on the scoreboard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, Run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They only needed a few inches there on second, but forget the halfback dive. They were going for the big one.
I thought it was a good time to take a shot. You think of their running game, if they don't get it there, you come back and run for it and pick up the first down. Go ahead and be aggressive. Try and get one downfield for a big one.
Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 59 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they try the right side here. Oh, nice move. And he's got this one down to the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Watch him now, Barney.
Now a handoff looking right. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Here we go now. Blue liner.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. J.J. Watt. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
Gone. Detroit.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons will add on to their lead. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain him.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Watson, and he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Watson hands to Miller on the draw. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he's got Moncrief. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the gun, Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able to react when he throws the football and rally to that spot. And that's exactly what happened there. Able to get there and knock it away. Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Miller will get it. He has been busy today. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this game, has got to be priority 1.
Now it's Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans get a bit closer. So he's hit pay dirt twice, but still they're facing that deficit here in the second half.
So they're going to see if they can continue to find ways to get him the football because obviously something is working for him to find the end zone twice. In any event, however this turns out, he's going to be hard to deal with in the film room, isn't he? He's going to want to know why he's not getting more passes thrown to him.
Those big tight ends are getting greedy. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty sizable gain of 8 that time on the keeper, but now it's 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now they try the right side here. And, boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. And I am not sure, partner, there what the mindset was to go for it. I don't know.
And some teams just feel that possession is the key to everything. They just want to have the football in their hands. No matter how it goes to the other team, they just don't trust doing that. So they say, listen, go for it and try and finish it ourselves.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can forward and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's going to have to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Watson on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. That's exactly what they got done.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Watson looks to throw again. Underneath for Miller. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Time for a break. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To the air yet again, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. A nice little juke. Again with a juke. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now the Texans want to call another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Leopard!
And on the ground they go with a running back. There he goes again. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great play there. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
And this is the kind of day a running back dreams of. They keep handing him the ball, and he keeps taking it in for touchdowns.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, yet he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
To throw on second is Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That goes for a gain of 31. On first down, Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And he'll indeed get him to the line and spike it here to stop the clock. Again, it's Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Third and long. It's Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally coughed it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Watson now to throw. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Throwing on third and long. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 16. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now.